definitely inspiring awe is a good goal.
And you can see how scale would also contribute to that, things being huge also seem to kind of force the awe of it all.
Yeah, I think one of the triggers for awe is like just the ability to recognize the amount of effort put into a piece of work like that.
For sure. That's my little Josh Lawyer
something
bubble of thoughts I've been thinking about.
Something to chew on with Joshua Lawyer. Waiting to Dry goes to the movies. Today, we honor the stars of the silver screen. It's gonna be a real humdinger.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
For those few people who had got like a... we did like a version of this before, and we're like, well, let's redo it, but better.
Yeah.
That one was kind of I don't know. I was kind of out of it that day. So...
Yeah, that one we just kind of threw together.
Yeah.
We're like, want to do that show? And they're like, yeah, want to watch these movies? Don't got time. Oh, well.
Exactly. So here we are, back at it.
Yep. So this time we're doing it with a little more structure.
Shit, I forgot to put Mellow away. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, we talked about this, but we're doing a better version of it, a more prepared version.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's been probably, I don't know how many weeks since the Oscars.
I know at this point. Yeah. Almost a month, I think. But whatever.
Usually our solo episodes, we talk about film or some shit like that.
Pretty much.
So, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to talk some shit probably.
Probably.
Because
we picked some topics that we can specifically talk shit about.
Yeah. The problem is that if you look at like the movies on the Oscars nowadays, there's like usually a majority of them you're like, I didn't even hear about that fucking movie. And then on top of that, when you watch them, you're like, what the fuck was that? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's almost like it's run by a shitload of hipsters or something. They're like,
yeah, in a way.
Oh, I don't listen to the mainstream. What the mainstream thinks is cool. I only want to watch what no one's ever heard of or seen or playing on limited theaters and
right. How many of the nominees did you end up watching for Best Picture?
Black Panther was in there, right?
Yeah,
I watched that. I just watched A Star Was Born or whatever.
Okay. Did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody?
I didn't. Did you?
No.
I think I downloaded it legally. And I haven't gotten around to it. I don't really like movies that are biopics about a really big person. Like I like period pieces where they go back and tell.
Sure.
Maybe even like about a person that's kind of big, but maybe a segment, like a very short segment. Like if it was about an experience that person was a part of,
right? Rather
than trying to tell this grand story within 2 hours, no one's going to be satisfied if you know any kind of history of the person, I think.
For sure. That makes sense. Like, I don't know. Did you like the Stephen Hawking movie at all?
I think I did, kind of.
Yeah, I was like kind of liked it movie.
And that's how I feel about most of them. It's like, I kind of like it. The other issue is like, you can probably repeat that story as fact, but you might be dead wrong because you don't know what kind of fucking, like what they took in and was like, oh, we'll just add this for, like a love story or whatever. You don't know. And they take those privileges all the time and they're just like, yeah, let's just make some shit up. And so, so fuck that. Which is probably why I don't want to watch Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm a huge Queen's fan. That's if I can go and watch one band in time, Queen is always my answer.
Oh, really?
It just, for me, that's like the performer who I think is the greatest, them as a whole, like the greatest performers, No diss to Neverland guy.
Oh, God.
But I mean, whatever. Yeah. Did you watch that documentary, by the way?
Well, I watched part 1.
Yeah, me too. Couldn't get through. I was like, I think I'm done here.
Yeah. You're not watching part 2 then?
I don't know if there's any reason to. It's like, first of all, I don't like how they set it up. I don't like that it's just two people's point of view, pretty much.
Yeah.
In their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather it be more like fact based, even if the facts are biased. I don't mind that as much as like just two people telling a story. Like, for instance, the Making a Murderer documentary series. There's a shitload of facts in that thing. They have a perspective and they might be biased, but there's a shitload that they're like, this proves our point, this proves our point, this proves our point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not defending Michael Jackson. I've always kind of thought he was a fucking perv. So.
Oh yeah, it's like I remember
like,
that trial. I didn't remember obviously that they were those kids, but I remember when that was a big thing in the news, and by then or probably most of the world was like, okay, we can kind of cancel Michael Jackson to use today's term.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think people canceled them. I think there was like this weird dilemma where people were like,
yeah, it's
I
more
love him.
Yeah.
He's like the one weird exception to the rule.
Right.
Even before he died, he was like the one weird exception. It's like, that guy's so fucking weird and whatever. But
right.
But yeah, I mean,
whatever. I went over to Plague's house on Sunday, and it was movie night. And so we watched MacGruber first. And then,
that was fucking hilarious.
We were wondering like if you'd seen it before, what you thought of it.
I used to love the MacGruber
on SNL
skit.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm a big fan of whatever his name is, the main character, MacGruber.
Oh yeah, Will Forte.
Yeah, Will Forte.
Yeah,
Last Man on Earth. Fucking great show. But he to me is like, he hits my funny bone pretty good.
Nice.
He's so silly. I love the silly funnies.
For sure.
But yeah.
So yeah, we watched that, and then he decided to throw on the Finding Neverland afterwards, and we were just like, we should have did this in reverse.
Yeah, probably, or just not done that.
So then his idea is to watch Hereditary and then Finding Neverland, the second part, and see which one is more horrifying.
I mean, I'll tell you which one's more enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Let's take this to best picture of the night. Oh, should we end that way?
Maybe we should just end that way. Start from the bottom.
Okay. So I don't know where you want to start.
Let's see. Well, the bottom of my list is best animated.
I have one kind of that stuck out for me, which was the Wes Anderson
Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, that was my pick for it as well.
Yeah, that was kind of the only thing I watched. I didn't watch the Superman or the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Spider-Verse thing, which it might be fucking good, but I didn't watch it, so I can't say. So that was the only thing. If I thought of actually, I saw like Wreck-It Ralph, which was garbage. And I don't know what else was kind of like an animated movie this year.
The Incredibles 2. Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't trying to fuck with that.
All right.
Heard only bad. So
really?
Like, yeah. You liked it?
Yeah, that was my. Well, we'll get into that. But yeah, I did like it actually.
Oh, maybe I should give it a try.
I mean, it's a pretty standard superhero movie, but
right.
I don't know, did you like the first Incredibles?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was like pretty similar to that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it. Who knows? Probably not, but who knows?
But yeah, Isle of Dogs. Did you like it more than Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yeah.
You did.
But I'm see, the problem is I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox and I fought to stay awake during that movie.
Oh, okay.
So and I didn't with the Isle of Dogs, so that's why it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I was just in the wrong mind space. So maybe it would be a better movie if I watched it in a better mind space or environment or whatever.
For sure.
But
yeah, I did really like Isle of Dogs too. I like that Wes Anderson like does Japan kind of look that it had. and this kind of like grunginess that he normally doesn't do either.
Uh-huh.
Doing it in that interesting way where he like I don't know thought of it. I wonder if he thought of it as like, what if I take my aesthetic and like put it into something that's like ugly? What
Right.
happens?
Yeah, that's another reason I kind of liked it over the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Mr. Fox was almost like, like when they would cuss, they would say like fake cuss words or whatever.
I think so.
Well,
I kind of
like,
remember
I think
it. Yeah.
they'd say like frick or something like
Oh,
that.
sure. Yeah.
Like it's like this like cute kind of adultiness, right? Like this like
Sure.
where Isle of Dogs was kind of less of that. It was more darkness to it, and
For
more,
sure.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
it seems to be a recurring thing. But I mean, I like it's that play of like it being like puppets and being kind of cute, but like there is like this weird darkness to it, and this weird like there's actual like death to it and things like that. So which I can't remember. Fantastic Mr. Maybe there's death in there too.
I'm trying to remember. It's been years since
I just
seen
remember it was like a bit too cute, if that makes any sense.
For sure.
Isle of Dogs just is a little bit on the darker end, which if you're going to do something cute, I want it to also have kind of play it with both sides, But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So so come and get your award, Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
What if he fucking showed up? All right, let's go to the next one.
On my list, I had best cinematography.
Okay, so I think I have one for this. Do you want to go first on this?
Yeah. I chose Roma for it.
Roma? I didn't watch Roma.
Okay.
But,
I mean, the cinematography is very much like what you would think of as like good cinematography.
Right. It's like an art film.
Yeah.
Right.
It's shot very artsy.
Yeah. Mine is also a Netflix original, which is Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah.
That's my...
That's what I thought you were going to choose for that one.
Yeah, sure. I just really liked how it was filmed in general.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, that was my go-to. I mean, these categories you threw last minute-ish, so
yeah,
I was working while I saw them, so I was like, let me just kind of think about them, but I didn't like do any more kind of extra research just to double check to think if there's anything I forgot. On the side note, I realized how few movies I watched that came out this last year.
Oh, I did too. When I put together a list, like I just looked at like how many movies came out 2018. I picked out the ones I did.
Yeah.
And it was like 16 at the most.
Yeah. And then it's like, how many did I actually like? And it's like, okay, well, we got like a 7 to select from.
So, okay, never mind. Oh, I don't want to. I was going to ask a question, but I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, don't ask any questions, Sergio. But how about we just keep going through this so that we can talk about it.
Okay,
after.
sure.
All right. What do you? What was that last? I think you had 3 categories you sent me, right?
Best art direction.
Best art direction. You go ahead and say yours first.
Mine was the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
And this is, I don't even know what that category means. So.
Basically, like how the movie looks overall, like the direction that the, both like the characters and like the, I guess the actual art in it and just the way it looks overall.
Yeah, I might go with that. That and Hereditary would have the 2, like they would be the 2 I would either go back and forth from.
Oh, really?
Hereditary on the list is, I'm just gonna say right now, it's my best picture.
Okay.
It just is the one standout for me where like it kind of was above and beyond for me as far as like the best film I think I saw that was made last year. So spoiler alert.
Oh well.
But whatever. Fuck. I can't not talk about it because it's gonna come up more than once. So I was like, fuck it. But yeah, those 2 I liked both of those movies. There, and like the creative things they did in both of them.
Right on.
But whatever. All right.
Yeah,
next.
I definitely gotta watch that. Next one, best drama.
Best drama. Oh, fuck. I got nothing for this.
Okay.
What do you got?
The Favorite.
Yeah, so The Favorite is a movie that's on my, like, I want to watch list.
Okay.
But I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah.
I've talked a shitload about The Killing of a Sacred Deer on this podcast. And I know it's the same director.
Yeah, I still haven't watched The Lobster either. I think that's the last one I still need to watch of his.
Yeah, those two. I feel like his movies are such a commitment. They're almost like a foreign film where I have to sit down and watch it. And that's so tough for me to commit to. So that's just why they're taking long. It's like the movie Old Boy, you know?
Oh, right.
I think it took me maybe like 8 years to watch it after. I think I downloaded it and then like it sat for 8 years and I finally watched it. I was like, damn, that was good. Why didn't I watch it earlier? But it's just, I just don't have the fucking time.
Right. I think that's on my drive somewhere too.
Yeah. Good movie. Watch it.
I forget. Maybe I didn't send these categories to you, so maybe I'll just throw them out.
Sure. Go ahead.
Best action.
Best action.
Best comedy and best superhero movie. Did I give you those? I forget.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Best superhero movie is Infinity Wars for me.
Okay. For me, it's Incredibles 2.
Nice.
I just liked it more.
Yeah.
Best comedy for me was Game Night. Did you see that?
Game Night? I did see that. I don't remember how funny I thought it was.
Okay. And then best action for me was Mission Impossible Fallout.
I didn't watch it. I don't watch Mission Impossibles. I don't support Scientology, Sergio.
Oh, well.
But obviously someone does in this room.
Have some books for you.
Yeah, I got nothing for action. I mean, Avengers Infinity War, is that an action film? Sure. And then for best comedy, Avengers Infinity War, I guess.
I guess.
Deadpool came out. Maybe Deadpool. That made me laugh when I watched it.
For sure.
I can't think. I'm sure there's something I'm blanking on as far as comedy. I should probably have thought of.
I didn't really watch that many comedies that came out this year, though. I can't even really think of anything that really stood out. Even Game Night, I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot I watched that.
Yeah, I can't think of
almost thought that was last year.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that was a great comedy on its own.
Right, yeah, because like The Favorite was in some lists as a comedy, but it's like, it's his movies are such like a dark, dry sort of humor.
Right. It probably would have been my number one if I watched it.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably the most like overt humor of all the movies I've seen of his.
Oh, really?
Which is like 2. But still, yeah. I mean, it had some parts that were genuinely funny.
Huh. I got to check that movie out. And then I sent some to you, right?
So yeah. So
I sent most overhyped movie.
Yeah, I think we're probably the same with these, but mine was Black Panther.
Black Panther. So I had 3 movies.
Well, I have a runner-up for it too.
I have
that you'll disagree with, I'm sure.
My winner is A Star Is Born.
Oh, really?
Because holy fuck, that movie was garbage. I went into it like thinking, well, it looks like garbage, but there's so much hype behind it that it can't be that bad. And I watched it. I was like, oh, no, it's bad. It's fucking horrible. And for everyone to put so much hype behind Lady Gaga's acting is garbage as fuck. I mean, it was the worst acting I've seen,
really?
At least in a movie that's been nominated in a long time.
Sure.
Yeah. And no diss to Lady. I'm not trying to hate on Lady Gaga, even though I'm not a big fan of hers, but she was on American Horror Story one season. I was like, fuck, she like nailed that. She was like really good. I thought I kind of went into it thinking, well, at least I know she can act. And then I watched it and I was like, well, she can't act. So holy fuck. And then the story is garbage. Did you watch the movie?
No, I didn't.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
No part of me really was excited to see that movie anyway. So,
but yeah, Black Panther was on my list, and then I had Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, okay, I never saw that.
Which I fell asleep to, and we tried to watch it with MJ's family. It was MJ's family and me, and I suggested it. Like, this movie's got so much hype, there must be something to it, and it was like it's just a really shitty romantic comedy. packaged to be progressive.
Okay.
It's pretty much what it seemed like. It was like, oh,
Got it.
this is a shitty like rom-com. Like I already, the second it started, I was like, I know how this movie ends.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about this. I don't, just put a Asian package on it and it becomes good. It's kind of fucked up if you ask me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like it was.
Yeah, just add ethnicity to a rom-com and then it's progressive and people have to pretend that it's good or something. I don't. It was garbage. God. So whatever. I like Black Panther and Crazy Rich Asians. And both of those movies, I feel like they were both the same thing. Like, I have to like it or else it's racist or something, which doesn't apply to me because I'm brown. So
yeah. I probably liked Black Panther a lot more than you did. Yeah. But it's, at the end of the day, it's a pretty standard superhero movie, which either you like those or you don't, kind of, like at that point. And I mean, it's like a movie like that comes out every month almost now. So,
yeah. It's kind of like, it's the same way I look at Captain America. Those two I feel like are the two that are the hardest to look past adults wearing costumes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like the Hulk is like a different thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's hard. You can get past kind of the Halloween costume or whatever because he's Hulk. It's like it becomes a different thing.
Yeah. Like, did you watch Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Well, at least that one took place in space, like somewhere a fantasy land. So it's a little bit easier to look past that.
But you look at like those costumes and you're like, I can't get past this. You're just, the other thing is they're like those two specifically, they're just kind of humans in costumes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know if I can look past this. Like,
yeah, especially when they're like outdated looking, like Captain America.
Yeah, I think all these like superhero movies in 20 years, they're gonna look like the fucking, I don't know, like the 80s and like the Labyrinth or whatever. No diss the Labyrinth, but it's like that where you watch it and you're like, oh, it's so quirky and like dated. You watch it for those reasons.
Yeah,
it's like that with the superhero movies. I mean, except for not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be even worse when you watch them in bars where they have that shitty like frame rate.
Yeah, those super HD TVs.
Yeah,
But Star is Born is mine. What do we have next? We have best. I sent you best trailer for a movie I didn't watch.
Yeah, I got one for that.
What do you got?
I got Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You should watch that.
Oh, is it
That's
good?
Actually. Whatever. For it. But I don't know. But yeah, good choice.
Because the trailer looked amazing. I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah, mine is like a little obscure. Mine is a movie called Shoplifter.
I don't know that one.
It's a foreign film. I think it's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
But as you know, me and foreign films. Takes me a while to watch them. So maybe in like 10 years.
What about the trailer? Did you like?
It's more like the story looks fucking awesome to me. It's about a family of shoplifters and kind of like the bond that builds. It's like a family of crime, but in not like what is it, like Gang of Thieves or whatever or something like that. It's more just like a family that kind of is poor and shoplifts, but I don't know. It looks like it's done really well. So
that's cool.
So
that sounds like an interesting movie to see, like a Japanese perspective on that.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's looks fucking cool about it is, I don't know. Do you want to pull up the trailer and we can watch it? Yeah. Do you want to do it? It's you got the thingy, But yeah, it's a trailer that to me is, I don't know, it just looks like a cool point of view. I got a couple other that I have for the trailer ones.
Okay.
Which is the movie The Favorite, which
okay, yeah.
And then Annihilation.
Oh yeah,
Natalie Portman with.
That's probably my runner-up for best trailer.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I still gotta watch that too.
Yeah, that one's done by the guy that directed
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina, which is cool, and then Eighth Grade, which is the Bo Burnham movie.
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to watch that. I like Bo Burnham. I think he's pretty creative, and They'll Love Me When I'm Dead is another one.
That sounds familiar.
It's a documentary about the fuck's his name? The guy that did like 2001 Space Odyssey or whatever.
Oh, Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
wow, I didn't even know about that.
It's a documentary about him. These are all like IMDb watch list, my bookmarks on.
Yeah.
That's how I found all those. I'm like, oh, I forgot I wanted to watch that movie. But yeah, Shoplifters one I really want to watch, but I don't know. What'd you think?
I thought it was beautifully shot. I don't know. It didn't really grab me as far as like storyline and all that.
Yeah, I think the trailer I watched was a little different.
Okay.
Because that one seemed like it had no narrative at all. Like no, you had nothing kind of. It's very vague. Other than it looks like they kidnapped the girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my pick. All right, what else do we got? Let's go through these fucking things. Best guilty pleasure. So that one was Ready Player One for me.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a bad movie at all. It's like one of those movies I like hesitate to tell people I watched and liked. I actually seen it twice, I think. It's very entertaining to me. What's that?
For me, it was anythingfromblack.com.
I don't even know what that is.
Sure you don't.
I don't. What is that?
It's a porn site.
Okay. It's called blacked.com.
They know. The listeners know. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really watch any movies that I considered guilty pleasures in the theater.
I mean, did you watch any at home? I mean, I guess.
No, like, I don't really watch movies that I think are like, that I think other people would think are stupid. I don't think, or
really?
like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I would have, because I went through like my list of stuff that I watched, and I don't know if there's anything.
Ready Player One is a guilty pleasure. Do you think that falls into that category?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's teach their own about what they consider a guilty pleasure. Because I mean, I'm not gonna like hide it from anyone.
Yeah, but
it's like that slight hesitation to be like, "Have you seen Ready Player One? It's pretty awesome, right?"
I know. I mean, I know it got like mixed reviews.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It was a super entertaining movie for me.
It was a Spielberg movie, right?
Was it?
Or was it produced by him?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
I know it's Disney.
I know Spielberg had something to do with it.
Man,
so how bad could it be?
Touches things and it's gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at what I saw from. Well, no. I mean, I saw Solo, but that's not really a guilty pleasure.
Like Hanso, like
but that was a bad movie, so I wouldn't even like.
I know that's like A Star Is Born. Like I watched it, I hated it.
Yeah,
I can admit that.
Yeah, I can't think of like a bad movie that I enjoyed, or like something that's considered bad that I enjoyed.
What do you got for best documentary?
Well, I think this is almost by default, because looking at my list, I only saw 2 documentaries last year, or that came out 2018. So Struggle is my number 1. And then my number 2 by default is The Price of Everything.
I don't know if I saw The Price of Everything.
I think it was an HBO
I mean, I saw it. Like I saw the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I was like, nah, I'm not going to watch that.
It's a movie I want you to watch just because I want to hate on it with you.
That's the reason I didn't want to watch it. I was like, it's going to annoy the fuck out of me. Yeah. I feel like it's probably made from the same people that did like all those like super pro vegan documentaries. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I know
ones
what
that made everyone vegan, but they like lied for a huge like majority of it. Or
I see.
They're just biased is what it ends up being. So they just lean towards like the one where the guy's calling people and being like, "Can you tell me why you didn't put on ground beef that it causes cancer?" And it's like, and then he's like talking to like a front desk lady. She's like, I don't know. And he like looks at the camera. He's like, "Gotcha." And he's like, "What is this? What the fuck are we doing here?"
Okay.
Like that's not investigative journalism you're doing. You're just doing like stupid videos of like, "Gotcha, next."
Right.
Like hangs up, calls the next person. It's like, "Oh, how can I help you? This is blah 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 company." It's just like, "Can you tell me this?" And you could just tell it's like a lady, like a customer service lady. And he's just like, "Why didn't you do this?" And I'm just like, I don't know." And I'm just like, got him again. And you're like, but that's what that movie seemed like to me. Kind of like that, like where they're trying to. There's no like. Didn't seem like there was going to be any problem solving. It was just going to be a one-sided narrative to polarize things, rather than being like, "Look at these like examples of how we can." Because it's about like global warming, or what is it about?
No, it's a movie about the art world, basically, like auction houses.
Oh. I was thinking of a totally different movie.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious, because I was like, how'd you get that from the trailer of that movie? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think there's like a global warming movie. I'm not like anti-global. That's like my biggest. Global warming is like my biggest fear in this world.
Okay.
Like I think that's like the biggest issue today. But yeah, that's what I thought it was a documentary about that. But
I see.
I thought it was
that's hilarious.
Like a shitty documentary rather than a. But yeah, I would like to watch that movie. The one about the world.
The actual one.
Yeah, the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only reason I added this question was just to talk about struggle more.
Okay.
Like, struggle? Have you seen it? Go watch it.
So. Next one on the list is Best Director.
Best Director, I picked Tony Colletti, whatever, for Hereditary.
Okay.
It's gonna get Hereditary strong pretty soon.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, that was just my favorite movie. So
for sure.
That's what makes me decide. It's like Best Picture. If it's the Best Picture, then I decide then the Best Director has to be that. At least in my head. I don't know if that's actually like a valid decision. I don't understand when they have a Best Picture and then the director isn't the Best Director and the Oscars isn't the same. I'm like, well, that guy just fucking made that best thing.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you give him the best fucking award?
Huh. Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, I don't know. That's how I came up with that answer.
Okay. For me, it was Boots Riley for Sorry to Bother You. Yeah, the direction of that movie was such, like, that movie was like direction for me, like the way it was set up for everything. Like, it was such like his point of view, that sort of like skewed perspective, was just so much like, I feel like the director's vision in that. So, since it was a movie that I really liked, I think I would give that one over my Best Picture for direction.
Nice. That's a good one. Yeah, that was a crazy movie. And he wrote it too.
Oh, okay.
Which is impressive, right?
Actually, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw something where he was talking about writing it.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I'm dead wrong. And we had what's his name was in artwork was in that movie a shitload, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Go Google that shit.
What do we have next? Best actor?
Yes. Best performance. I did actor and actress. So.
Yeah, as one.
No, I have two different.
Oh, I read the wrong thing. I wrote Toni Collette, but that was the actress.
Oh, okay.
Whoever directed the Hereditary is my. Oh, I got it right there. Ari Aster. That was the best director.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was thinking like Toni Collette, isn't that an actress? But I was just thinking, oh, maybe it's a different. Like there's a director with the same name.
You know me and names. That's why I don't fucking take notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yeah, my favorite actor is Ari Aster. No diss, Ari. I'm assuming you'll hear this. And my best performance was Toni Collette from Hereditary. I didn't pick a guy and girl because whatever.
For me, best actress, Emma Stone in The Favorite. And then best actor, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible Fallout.
How dare you. Trying to push your propaganda on us. Look, we're not going to meet Xenu or whatever on this spaceship. We don't want that shit.
Don't you want your stress levels tested or whatever?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I got.
So, what last one is best movie?
Best picture. Hereditary, I already said. And what'd you get?
I did The Favorite.
The Favorite? Did you watch Hereditary?
No, I haven't. I mean, it was hard for me actually to pick a best picture because I don't even know if that would have been my best picture pick if I saw all the movies we're talking about. It just almost by default became that movie for me.
Yeah, my runner-up was A Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, for sure.
That was my runner-up. But
but yeah,
that's
a good one.
Yeah, that was the Oscars. That was the Sergios.
Yeah.
That is loud.
I was trying to fade it out, but
sorry for assaulting your guys' ears. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys enjoyed this, we'll try to do it next year. But if you guys fucking hated it, let us know.
Yeah.
We won't do it ever again.
Even if you disagreed with us, we'll still do it again. It's a fun reason to battle with people.
Yeah.
On our comments.
Now I'll have to actually watch some movies just to do the segment next year. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have some listeners who are pretty into movies. David Chafe, it seems like he's one of those.
Shout outs.
Shout out.
Yeah. For me, it's like I watch way more TV shows, especially now that TV's kind of been kicking ass. It's, I don't know, it's like, it's just better in so many ways. So, yeah. So I watch, like right now, me and MJ are going through the Fargo TV show, which I've already seen.
Okay, awesome.
But she hasn't. But it's such a good fucking show. Have you seen it?
That's one show that I do want to watch.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
How many seasons is it?
It's 3 seasons. I've only watched 1 and 2, so I'm watching them over with MJ, and then if she wants to continue watching, I'll watch the 3rd one with her. With some.
How did she like it so far?
She likes it, yeah. But it's not. I already know it's not something that MJ is going to like be obsessed with. But I don't know, it's so good. It's like she just watched Nocturnal Animals with me the other day.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, well, why did you like that movie? Like, I don't know, because it was fucking amazing. Watching it again the second time, I was like, wow, it's even better than I remember. But
yeah, I could see why some people might not like that movie, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah,
so Nocturnal Animals.
Yeah, go check it out.
Go find our deleted episode if you want to hear a commentary about it.
Did we talk about that on that one?
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's been movie segment.
Yeah. Were there any movies that you wanted to talk about more from our list?
Not really. You guys can go check them out. Let us know how you feel about them, or if you liked any of those, or have any movies that you thought were fucking awesome that we didn't list that came out in 2018. Let us know.
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
Because I'm always trying to find something to watch, something good to watch. Although I have a list of movies I have to watch that I haven't, but I can just add it to the queue and maybe get to it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
just make sure they're not foreign movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to read.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's also just battling time with like podcasts I listen to.
I know. Yeah.
Music. So those 3 categories always kind of, I got to pick and choose what's going to take my time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. So what's up? What's new with you, Sergio?
Let's see. I mean, been working a lot on our upcoming show. It's
Yeah,
been the thing that's probably been most on my mind lately.
for sure.
Trying to finish up a painting for the Supersonic show. The one you saw that at my studio last
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah,
The
that one was
roses.
cool.
Yeah. So that one's pretty much done. Probably just
Nice.
gonna work a little bit more on little tying up loose ends
Yeah,
painterly.
and the ones we kind of saw because we recorded at your studio with Steven last week.
So yeah, you got to see the full
So that's
collection of those.
yeah, that show. That show was, or your work was fucking awesome. The Orgies in the Dark. I got way more hyped off of that than the Supersonic one, but
For sure.
I understand the hustle. But for me, I'm like, oh, these are fucking cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm getting a pretty good response on those from what I've shown on the internet so far.
Hell yeah.
Haven't decided yet on how I'm gonna roll those out online yet. If I'm gonna put them out slowly as I continue to work on the show, but I kind of want to wait till I have more work to show than just the studies. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that part of it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Just roll it out.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, yeah, we're getting pretty close to the show date too.
You run out of things to show.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. The people that are going to show are going to show. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what's the best way to show them that people would want to buy them. Like, how am I going to do that? Like, do I save them for the gallery? Do I try to sell them beforehand? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that part of it out.
Good question. I would say make that money.
Yeah.
Take that however you may.
Yeah. How's it going with you? Have you started on things for it other than you're using some of your sketches for that, right?
Yeah.
The ones you've been mounting on
wood. Yeah. I'm those are going in the show, and then the majority of my paintings are going to be old paintings that I've redone.
Yeah, so the one that you just posted today, was it, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be for you're saving that for the show?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All the pieces that are going into this agenting show are going to be, well, no, there are going to be a couple originals, but for the most part, the paintings that are going to take way longer in that group, it's going to be more of my old work that that I wasn't really happy with, and just because of time restraints, so I had to like rush it and throw it out the door. And so I'm going to go and like revisit those with a whole new kind of eye and trying to match the palettes, which they all kind of have different looks. So it's going to change all the paintings. I feel like a good amount.
Yeah.
But the first one I did that I just posted today, which today is Friday, so in a couple of days, whenever this releases, it'll be whatever. But
yeah.
But yeah, that one was like, I like the painting so much more than when I first did it. It's like 100 times better than, and the direction of these paintings are a direction that I took. Like, I showed you a painting a while ago that I kind of was like, oh, what do you think of this direction? I don't know if you remember that one. It was like an Asian lady with hands. I can't remember.
That sounds really familiar.
And then I
remember.
Did like kind of like the same thing where I like went over.
Yep, I remember now.
And I was like, oh, I want to pursue that. And then I just didn't.
Yeah.
So this kind of this like group of work, I'm like playing around with those. That like
aesthetic. It looks like you're being a lot more experimental with it.
Yeah. And that to me is
cool.
like it's like throwing gasoline on the flame for me. It just excites me.
I know.
To do that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what's so fun about doing those little studies I did. Just did as much as I could, like just trying to think of what else can I do that I don't normally do in my paintings. I want to see what it looks like.
For sure. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. So paint. We're getting closer to the deadline.
I know.
So
it's gonna be a pretty mad dash for me. I got that. You saw that the size of my panel in my studio that I'm planning to work on for that.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, and I have another 3x3 panel to work on as well.
Really?
Yeah. We'll see how far I get. I mean, I do have some stuff that I could bring for the show as well that can fit in line with the that series as well. It won't be too jarring.
The person I'm worried about is MJ.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Of course she started and she's so on time with her stuff. And of course she doesn't have commissions she also has to do. And of course she paints super fast.
God damn.
And yeah. And she has some big panels as well.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to what Jason Avery is going to show. So.
Yeah. Jason said he's painting big, so boom. Do as many as you can, Jason. You might have to fill some extra space. But yeah. Other than that, nothing much. I am selling those sketches pre-show. If they sell,
yeah,
I'd give 0 fucks.
For sure.
So if anyone's interested, feel free to hit me up.
Are you going to set up any sort of store or anything for it?
I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Because I've sold some, but
that's cool.
Those were kind of, I just Venmoed. They just Venmoed.
Oh, okay. That works. Yeah. That's probably the most, what do you call it?
Convenient way to do it.
No, I mean, not even inconvenient. I mean, it works for sure.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like the most profit in your pocket way.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I had some things I kind of want to mention.
For sure.
So one of the things I was thinking about this kind of week was like the importance nowadays on in like meat in like what the fuck's the word I'm looking for when people are producing, I don't know, like content.
Okay.
Right. That's kind of the business we're in nowadays, right? We're in content. We're just in it in a weirder way than most people. But I was thinking about how important like authenticity is nowadays, right? It's like almost like the most important content nowadays comes down to authenticity. Like if you think about, I mean, I guess there's like Kim Kardashian and them fucks, right? But even her, there's a part of her where she's kind of letting people in on her life, even though it might not be authentic. It probably feels to those people that they know her or some kind of, rather than the old. I mean, not trying to say we're trying to be celebrities, but the older celebrity model was way different. Like, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, the Tom Cruises and that kind of fucking thing. There was a huge separation between Tom Cruise and his fans.
You watch your mouth about Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and that barrier was built by a religion that is false. But you know what I mean? Like right. You can even see it nowadays with Will Smith, where he's been joining the YouTubes and that kind of thing and the Instagrams.
Yeah.
And he's kind of put himself out there. I think he's trying to adapt with the times. And you see it with other people. I think Jack Black did the same thing. Like he's kind of started a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
It seems a little bit more authentic coming from Jack Black. I think just because he's I don't think he's overly produced, which in the YouTube world is charming or whatever.
But yeah, what, like for authenticity, it seems to me like you're saying like the celebrities who are moving toward like sharing more of who they actually are gaining more traction.
Yeah, or even just like, for instance, Joe Rogan, right? There is this level of authenticity. Like it seems like he is willing to have a real authentic conversation and kind of pushbacks. Maybe not all the time. Sometimes people probably want him to push back more or whatever, but he does seem to kind of have an opinion, have an authentic opinion, seem very authentic, you know, and that kind of thing. And I was just thinking about how do you convey that through, like, do you only can you only convey that through like social media as far as like, this is me, or is there an authentic way to do that through your art? Like for instance, like, I mean, you talked earlier about that documentary, right? And how it kind of, I'm assuming what's the documentary?
Oh, The Price of Everything?
The Price of Everything. And it has to do with the auction houses, right?
Mainly the auction houses, yeah.
And if you talk to most people that are, you know, in art, they're going to tell you that that's all like kind of this weird bullshit based off of hype, right? And those kind of things, like these weird, like there's nothing, it doesn't seem like there's any authenticity in that whole system, right? It seems like a bunch of like bullshit built on bullshit. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And I think the more and more we kind of change towards this direction, how do us as artists kind of prove the, like, of being authentic artists?
Yeah, I think we have an advantage in a way where we start off as, unless you're just like copying somebody else, you're mainly trying to express who you really are in a way. Unless, there's obviously like big examples of people not doing that, but at least in the art world that we're in, it seems to be the majority of people we're working that way, and the people who aren't get called out pretty easily.
Right. I mean, but that's probably within the community, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you could think of some people that portray themselves as extra artsy, right? Like,
sure.
Like the moody artsy person or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like there are those people that, I don't know if they're authentic in that, or if that's just kind of a role they played to be artsy. And the most part, that seems to be an older artist. Not like necessarily super old, but kind of like maybe they came up, like 10 years before I did or something like that.
Where their identity is being like something outstanding in some way. Like,
their weirdness adds value.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if
do you think that's valid anymore?
I don't think that's valid, period. Like,
okay.
Like if you're weird, that's cool. Like, be yourself, feel free. But I don't think that that unique perspective is anything worth anything unless you can translate that in your art, unless you can use that and somehow harness it in developing art that can kind of portray that. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, I guess, is like, if you're going to, is how do you portray that authentically in your work? I don't know. These aren't answers I have. They're just questions I've been thinking about.
Yeah, it's if I don't know, it seems like for people outside of the art world that are, I don't know, I guess we're trying to find because we want them to buy our work. It seems like it's easier when people have like some hook to get people into it. Right. And I wonder how much people are just playing that up just for the sake of selling their work easier versus, just us being just like regular ass people doing paintings that are people hopefully like. I don't know.
Yeah. What it kind of reminds me of is, like, to bring back Joe Rogan and those guys, right? They always talk about how comedy, you can't fake it, right? Like
Yeah.
people are either going to laugh or not laugh. It's the same. They say the same thing about fighting, right? They're like, those are the two things in the world where you can't fake it. Like either people are going to laugh or they're not. In a fight, either you're going to get punched in the face or you're going to punch someone in the face. Like you can't hide behind your talk. You can't like hype yourself up and then everyone watches you and you don't laugh.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of like why that is and
why that isn't in art as much.
Or maybe we're pursuing it. And like, I think the reason being is that there are like these primitive reactions that are built in like human beings in general, right? Like the ability, like laughter just seems to be a universal thing that's very primitive that just we can't control. It just happens. There's like different versions of that, right? Like and I was trying to think of that and how a lot of these are like instant reactions, right? So like when you hear something funny, you have an instant reaction to laugh. You know, when you listen to music, you might get an instant reaction of like energy, or maybe like of if it's a melancholy song, you might feel an instant reaction of sadness or whatever, you know. And like all these like these primitive reactions based on what you're experiencing at that moment. And I actually like wrote a list of like rage and like envy, right? Like you could, and I compared it to like thinking of like my dog, or like if you know, there's like that test about monkeys, I think, where you give one of them a grape and then the other one a grape, and then you give one of them a grape and the other one a grape for doing like the same trick. And then all of a sudden you give one a grape and you give the other one like 2 grapes or some shit like that, or like maybe like a banana, whatever treat they like the most. And then the one that gets the 1 grape, they don't fucking want their 1 grape. They want the banana or they're like, they envy the other one or whatever. And it's an instant reaction based off of the other person, based off a visual thing that they're seeing. And I was thinking like, how do you as an artist can force the viewer to have these natural reactions? Because I was thinking about it in art. How like art in general seems to force people to have these like primitive natural reactions that, you know, for the most part, it seems like they can't control. Maybe it depends on your taste, you know, maybe something touches you but doesn't touch someone else, and maybe Michael Jackson touches only little boys. I don't know. But I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about, of how come, or how do I force a primitive reaction from the viewer based on the fact that art needs to be consumed by someone, right? Like the idea that, I mean, my theory or my belief is that art is just a version of communication, right?
Yeah.
So there's no reason you would only communicate. Like if it's a form of communication, that means that there has to be a person on the other end receiving that communication. So, and for me, it's like, how do I make them in this primitive way react? Which I think is I've been thinking about this week, is just how that seems to be very important, is the reaction. Yeah. Right. The forced reaction.
And how much of that have you thought about before, like in your work before? Like, do you think of it in such basic terms like this, I want this painting to do this specific thing to the viewer?
I mean, I've thought of like narratives, right? And narratives based on the human experience. But I've never thought about it as, I've never thought about the viewer and forcing them to have a reaction to it, or maybe not necessarily forced, but hoping that they have a reaction to it.
You're taking like specific steps to,
right. I mean, this is
make them have a reaction.
This is literally this week. Like I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just of, as far as art in general, music and movies and everything, there seems to be this this duty or whatever to force people to feel a primitive emotion, which kind of in my mind is what speaks to them or what captures them. You know, like if you watch Hereditary, the primitive feeling of fear is, at least for me, was like overwhelming. It was just like it captivates you through the whole thing, and it really forces you into the movie. You know, and those kind of things. If I just go down the list of things that I really really like in all the art forms, I think that's a big kind of glaring fact about them. You know,
they all make you give you some sort of reaction to them in that way.
Yeah, and I think this goes back to that kind of authenticity, by kind of forcing people to react in that way. I think that kind of builds that like this authentic, like you can't get that unless you're authentic. You know, like you can't get that unless the joke is an authentically good joke or whatever.
I see. That's interesting. I have to think about that some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, about the reaction thing. I mean, people have definitely studied that over the years. Like, there's tons of books written about like the psychology of color, for example. Like certain colors make you react a certain way. At least Western culture, and I think Western and Eastern culture actually have different psychology around colors too.
Right.
So it's both like cultural and natural. But yeah, that's kind of what I think about when I just thinking about the idea of like what's good art versus bad art. And like there are like I feel like these objective criteria that you can use for certain things like that. Like if your art is trying to communicate, like how well is it communicating? And there's almost a measure for that. I mean, you got to take into account people's like subjective reactions, but there's still, I think, objective truth behind it. It's like what you're saying, like playing around with human emotion, like using these little triggers to get you to have this reaction to something you create.
Right.
And it's, I think when a lot of artists probably don't think about that enough. I probably don't either. If I really look at it, because
but another quick thing about that is just kind of like, for instance, comedy, right, is has this ability to force you to laugh, right, based on the tension that they build usually. And it's almost like there's a fact about what they're trying to achieve, right? They're trying to achieve laughter through tension or just laughter in general, right? I don't know if there's like this clear-cut direction for art. Like, is there a reaction that we're trying to force? And maybe I haven't put too much thought into it, but maybe there is like this overall reaction that kind of is cohesive with all of art. But I was thinking today, like maybe awe, you know, like like it seems to be maybe like what would tie most art together as far as like a guttural, like primitive reaction is like the awe of it, right? And trying to create that.
Yeah. And then sometimes, the physical representation of that is like when people say like they weep in front of a painting,
right?
That sort of thing. I wonder if, what reaction or what emotion is that makes you do that? I mean, it's not sadness usually, so it's something else,
right? And that natural reaction, how do you know? Because you can think of it like there are definitely artists that try to make you react in a sad way, right? And there's other definitely. That I was thinking of lust as being like an also like another reaction, right? Another like kind of primitive reaction that artists definitely utilize, you know, in some ways. But I thought that the awe of it, like, I don't know, it sounds weird saying awe a bunch of times,
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? Like
I know
there's
exactly what you
something
mean. Yeah.
about that seems to kind of be the cohesiveness of like painters and sculptors and those kind of like, that kind of classical art
Mm-hmm.
seems to be that the awe of it
Right. Yeah.
seems to be
They were
the most
definitely trying to
encapsulating.
inspire, especially like the old religious paintings.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you could see, with I mean, when I mean classical, I don't mean like actual classical, but just like the classical definition of artists.
Mhm.
Even us modern day artists,
Sure.
painters or whatever. It's
Mhm.
like that kind of primitive reaction seems to be what, at least if I would have to try to pinpoint it, would be the closest I could think of the guttural reaction we want from work,
Yeah.
from our work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, trying to pursue that would be, it's hard. Even that's hard to pin down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because some people have different ideas of what they want to achieve with their art.
Yeah.
But yeah, awe is definitely inspiring. Awe is a good goal.
And you can see how scale would also contribute to that.
Mm-hmm.
Things being huge also seem to kind of force the awe of it all.
Yeah, I think one of the triggers for awe is like just the ability to recognize the amount of effort put
Right.
into a piece of work like that.
For sure. But yeah, that's my little Josh Lawyer
Something
bubble of thoughts I've been thinking about.
Something to chew on with Joshua Lawyer.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll definitely have to sit with that one for a while.
For sure. Or not.
No, I like the train of thought there.
Yeah. Another cool suggestion or random fun fact that kind of, I guess, ties into this is, I mean, I don't even remember the details, but I was listening to the Sam Harris podcast this week, and he had...
Oh, that was a really good one.
Yeah, and they talk about how humans and how we're obsessed with like the first point of view story or whatever.
I think so. I'm trying to remember that part of it.
I can't remember, but I think I have to re-listen to it. I don't even think I finished the episode, but it had me thinking about narrative in general, because he was, what was he, like a Pulitzer Prize winner? No, he was
Nobel Prize.
Nobel Prize. That's right. And he was talking about like the first and second story, and I can't remember how he worded it, but I thought it was super interesting, and it related to me as far as in the everything kind of goes back to me thinking about and how art kind of ties in, my art ties into their theories or whatever,
Yeah.
And it made me think of how important narrative is to humans absorbing what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that's important. And that kind of goes to like for instance, you brought up color and how that brings up, like can like force someone to feel a certain way. I do think that's a great tool.
It's a tool. Yeah.
But it's just that it's like a stylistic tool almost, like it's like the Matrix using green or something. Like, I don't think the fact that they used green made the movie what it was. I think it was probably a great movie. That's just such a good little detail in it, and I think, and that just made me kind of him kind of, I don't know, in a way validates for me, not for, anyone can do whatever the fuck they want, but like the importance of kind of really using narrative to what I think, or like it as like the main kind of objective of what I'm trying to say and trying to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, probably starts with being clear on what you're actually trying to say.
Yeah,
which is tough
for sure.
For me, yeah.
Go give it a listen.
Trying to figure it out. Give it that episode of the Sam Harris a listen.
Yeah, I would highly suggest it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, it was a really good one.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's been that. I don't know.
Right on.
Not this last week, but the previous week was a fucking horrific week for me.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
God. We lost our cat, so
Mm-hmm.
that's fucking sucked. Yeah, we found her in our front yard. She was hit by a car, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't fucking talk about it. I'm gonna get too goddamn emotional.
Mm.
But yeah, MJ's been,
Pretty
pretty in the
broken up
dumps.
about it. Yeah.
And not
I
only
get
that,
that.
but it was like she just had surgery on her nose.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
I was kind of like her caregiver for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And then that happened, and it was like, fuck, this week fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was like her nose. They had to like plug her because she had, or I don't know, collapsed something septum.
Septum?
Yeah, or whatever.
Okay.
So they fixed that.
Is it deviated septum?
Deviated septum. There you go. So they fixed that, and
Okay.
but they have to like clog her nose for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could pull it like it's like a cast, I think. So it's,
Oh, wow.
So it's her nose sets
Okay.
correctly.
Huh.
So she couldn't breathe through her nose, and she was just leaking blood from it for a week, and then so she was getting really bad sleep and all that kind of stuff. And then our little guy Greg, which shout out to Greg, she was a little asshole, but she was she sweetened up a lot after.
She did, yeah.
But yeah. So that was super intense. We found her, yeah, she was still breathing.
Really? Oh my God.
So we ran her to the vet.
Mm-hmm.
But she was having trouble breathing. Like you could, it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
And we had to put her down. She was paralyzed, and like her lung was messed up, and her face was fractured.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
she not in good shape, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that was a tough week.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, MJ, if you're listening.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so now we're here. Sorry for the downer. God, fuck.
Rest in peace, little Greggy.
Yeah, it sucks.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know where to go from there.
Did you have anything else on your list there or no?
No, not really. I did have one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of ties into Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Is this kind of conversation around artists and their actions, right?
Okay.
Is like, because for me personally, for the most part, I should say, I like to kind of separate the artist from the artwork,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I kind of like to let the artwork stand on its own.
Yeah.
But then we get into these weird conversations, with Michael Jackson. And I guess you could put R. Kelly in there, even though his garbage music fucking sucks anyway. So fuck his art and him.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, Michael Jackson, right? Like I think everyone can agree that like his music, for the most part, is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, maybe Blake Newbert would fucking disagree with me.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it really just comes down to the emotional attachment you have to the art itself,
right?
And how much you can separate from it. Because yeah, for me, I mean, I definitely like a lot of early Michael Jackson music, but and if it comes on, I can't necessarily
Can't
just go.
Can't help thrust those hips.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not a thing where you can just like shut it off just because intellectually you know what he did. So
right. But see, here's the thing: is like throw Michael Jackson. Like obviously, right? If you're not the biggest Michael Jackson fan, it's kind of easier to be like, "Fuck that guy," right? But just like do like the mental exercise of taking your favorite, whoever the fuck, right, and saying like, this person did allegedly what Michael Jackson did, even though motherfucker did it.
Yeah.
Like how hard is it for you to then, you know, respect his work? Maybe not even like love it or whatever,
Right.
but like,
or just like preserve it for its own sake.
What reaction is like? I mean, for me, it's justified to be like, fuck that guy. But there is like this weird limit, right? Like, like for instance, if someone, I don't know, say something else. It's a crime that's not that bad. Like for instance, I told MJ, I was like, if Jay-Z killed someone, I would probably be like, I don't know. I was still gonna listen to his music. Like it almost wouldn't affect me listening to his music at all, right? I mean,
sure.
Like those kind of maybe it's just based off of the fact that he does portray himself as, or did at some point portray himself as a rapper or as like a gangster rapper
of some sort. Yeah, that's true.
Coming from Marcy Projects. Like, I don't know if that almost validates his credibility in that genre, but in general, like if an artist, I don't know, I can't think.
Does that come back to authenticity in a way, where it's like, he's talking he lives what he talks. So.
Exactly. But even if like the singer from Vampire Weekend or like Arcade Fire or some shit like that, right? Like if they were like, the dude from Arcade Fire killed someone, I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. And it wouldn't stop me from listening to music any less.
Sure.
I mean, depending on the circumstances,
right?
Maybe it would, but for the most part,
it feels like a serial killer or something. Yeah, different. I don't know.
Yeah, or like killing, like specifically targeting a certain group of people. You know, maybe that for sure would change my mind. But there is like this weird. The point is that there was like a few.
Your own morality would have to come into play, I guess.
Right. There's like a grouping of crimes that I feel like are unforgivable.
Okay.
And I mean, Michael Jackson's crimes are one version, right? Or Kelly being, I mean, he's kind of the same thing, but like
in a way,
it's like doing stuff to or with children, which is fucking horrible or disgusting, right? Like rape or those kind of things, and even like not that I'm a Chris Brown fan, but like the fact that he beats women to me is like a fucking is dark and fucking, like it's like a fuck that guy kind of thing. I mean, I would I think that applies that, like I think maybe the idea of taking advantage of physically of weaker people maybe is probably the guy. Now just thinking about those few things that I kind of
exactly.
But
I know what you mean.
But other than that, it's like I don't care if an artist I love was a Grand Theft person or did robbed houses, or I don't know, there's something weird where I'm like, I don't know, if he did great art, I'm gonna separate those. I'm gonna separate him from his art.
I think it gets easier the further and further away you are from it too. Like I'm sure there are a lot of shitty people who've been great artists
for sure
back in the day.
I mean, every human being has something that if everyone knew would be like, well, I mean, would judge in some way, right? So like any celebrity that you find as like a good person or whatever still would probably have some shit where you'd be like, that, like, fuck. You know what I mean? So I mean, maybe not Tom Hanks. He's like, goddamn. And Morgan Freeman. I mean, although Morgan Freeman got that shit. But you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be something that you can like nitpick about the fucking person. Yeah. But to me, it's like, where do you define? where does that line get drawn where you go like, I can't separate you and your art anymore? Like if if you get arrested for robbing banks, I'm gonna be like, first of all, I'm like, holy shit, man, you're a cowboy. You know, Gwyneth Paltrow. Well, except for Gwyneth Paltrow's garbage.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like if you're robbing liquor stores, which is less romantic, and you make some great music or whatever, I'm going to be able to separate those two things and be like, let the judicial system sort that shit out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to judge your art for the fucking, like, you're just going to have to do your time or whatever, like go to jail or do whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to stop liking what you created. But then there's that line where you go like, oh, well, no, I just can't fucking, there's no, like, who is it? Someone on the podcast was talking about Tom Cruise. Fucking, he's the goddamn feature of the episode.
Yeah.
And his goddamn crazy ass, and how he didn't talk to his daughter for like 10 years or something because she didn't want to be in Scientology.
Right.
Some shit like that, right? And
something like that.
And this person was a parent, and they were like, well, I can't fuck with Tom Cruise anymore. Like that's like that's the cutoff. And to me, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a parent, so I don't really care that much about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously, that was a line.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it's as important on an individual basis. Like, everybody's going to have their own line where they draw. But I think it's more important to think about, like, how society, I guess, the people in charge of keeping someone's legacy, like, how do you, I guess, validate like somebody's work versus their transgressions, I guess. Like,
right.
Like, for, I don't know. I mean, yeah, somebody like horrible, like Bill Cosby or something. Like, he's known as like one of the greatest comedians of all time to a lot of people.
Horrible trying to sell us that pudding. We don't want your fucking pudding.
Yeah. But yeah, what happens to that afterwards? Is it just up to people? Like, do you put his work in like the whatever comedy hall of fame or like comedy museum?
You add a little asterisk to every fucking pedophile and rapist out there.
Exactly.
Or do you just delete them from his? I mean, at the end of the day, right? It all is kind of nothing, anyways. In like 1,000 years, no one's gonna be like fucking Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And like, God, his comedy was good, mostly because it's probably gonna be dated as shit.
Yeah, that's true. Comedy does suffer from that.
But
no one's gonna know what Jello is in 1,000 years.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess we're just pretending it's important, but it really fucking isn't. Unless we draw on some cave paintings that somehow survive,
right,
past us all.
Like the moral of the story is just sculpt or drawn in dimly lit areas that are protected from the weather.
Yeah, because even
if you want it to survive.
Because even your archival shit, isn't gonna archive past 1 billion years.
Right.
Not saying cave paintings will. Maybe that'd be fucking cool.
I mean, it's all destroyed when the asteroid hits anyway, right? Or when the sun explodes.
Science, if you believe in space.
Shout out to Alex or Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, don't shout out Alex at all.
Yeah.
Eddie Bravo. Goddamn. Those guys are so weird. Conspiracy theories in general. Fuck, man. Yeah. I just listened to the Brave Castle episode. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Lauren. But yeah, they went on a huge conspiracy theory rant. I was like, God damn it, man. You need someone to push against that. Someone to be like, well, can we fact check this shit?
Well, for me, for that episode, the very first thing he said on that podcast, I'm like, fact check that shit. It's like iTunes said something about iTunes that was ridiculous.
Oh yeah. They're trying to eat babies or something.
I don't know. Something Lauren-ish.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, something about not saying podcast.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
iTunes doesn't want you to say the word podcast or something. What the fuck are you talking
Uh,
about?
but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I loved the episode was fun to listen to, but
I
at the
like
same
the
time, my
episode. Yeah.
brain fucking
I know,
hurts.
but
I'm like,
that's how I feel about Brave Castle in general.
yeah, it's like I need a direct line. I need to hear it live and be able to text Lauren while I'm while I'm uh, while
God
I'm
forbid
listening
he
to
ever
it.
does, live stream.
I'm gonna be texting him non-fucking stuff. Like, dude, what the fuck is you talking about? Uh,
uh,
but yeah,
we just made Plague happy by talking about Brave Castle right now
who's
too.
who's Plague?
Just some dude.
Uh,
some dude with a podcast.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, a fellow podcaster.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
You got my articles.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that. You gotta control it. You got the control. You're at the helm this time.
At the helm. So,
right.
This one's the one that probably
Let's see what we got.
One to talk about. So, I was reading this, and the article, it says Apple isn't paying artists who perform at its stores.
Boom.
And so, basically, I guess their Union Square Apple store, they have artists come in, specifically performance artists.
Okay. My favorite.
Yeah, spoken word poets. big fan. Yeah, exactly. And musicians as well. And so afterwards, people have been saying like their Apple's compensation for them, I think by and large, is just giving them Apple products. So basically, it's like trading for swag to perform for them. And there's a lot of people sort of complaining about that. And let's see, where was the quote?
Well, I mean, it's not really swag, is it?
It's not swag. You know
Apple
what I mean?
Products,
yeah,
pretty much cash.
Yeah,
it's the new gold standard.
Yeah, it's what you're gonna buy with your cash.
Yeah.
But this person was saying, this may feel like it's going to be the break for you. Like, oh man, we're doing something with Apple. Saying that there's no return. He said he declines Apple's subsequent offers to book his clients for in-store appearances, saying that there's no return for artists who spend time and money putting a show together only to find themselves performing for customers upgrading iPhones instead of an engaged audience. And let's see, where was the other part of it?
I think I'm going to be brutal on this one.
Well, we're probably going to be a little bit in agreement with certain things, but okay. Yeah, this one was
I don't think we're going to agree at all.
Okay. It says, I was a little disappointed that they weren't maximizing the moment as much as they could because they're a huge tech company, adding that if Apple wants to meaningfully show up different in their relationship to diversity, that's not the part we really want to talk about.
I think we get the gist, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And what is your take on it?
I think artists have to realize what they're signing up for when they come.
Okay, we are kind of in agreement then. I thought you were going to be anti-Apple.
Oh, well, I'm anti both the people in this, but I'm probably more sympathetic to Apple in this, just because. What you got to say about it? But
I just want to say that artist sounds like a whiny bitch. I don't know. Like, I'm assuming you went into this with a fucking contract. So read that contract first of all.
Yeah. And if you didn't, then I mean, you're really, what are you doing?
I've gotten contracts to show art in a bar.
Right.
So if you didn't get a contract to perform at Apple, then step your game up. Second of all, if you got the contract, read that shit. I'm sure it laid out everything they were going to do for you. And third of all, it's an Apple store. It's not like fucking Apple Arena or some shit.
Right.
It's like if someone was like perform at Starbucks and you're like, they only gave me free coffee. It's like, yeah, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
I thought this was going to break me, make me the next, I don't know, fill in the blank of
right
celebrity. It's like, I think you're a little crazy. I think you're a crazy person.
Yeah, you're not understanding like what the situation entails for you.
It's like the person playing Mickey Mouse at Disney, and they're like, "This is my big break."
Yeah,
and it's like, no, motherfucker, you're not gonna make it into the movies.
Yeah,
Thank you. You have this weird connection between fame and the brand that you got hired to do a gig for. That's bigger than one store. You crazy person.
Yeah. It's like know your audience. You're basically signing up to be window dressing for the store in a way.
Yeah. And
you're giving, I guess, Apple cool points for like, oh, we hired like this cool funky band or like spoken word poetry to make us seem more.
And if you want to get paid,
the community,
then know your fucking. I mean, this might sound like some woo-woo shit, but know your value.
Oh, that's exactly my take on it too.
Yeah, and be like, no, I'm not going to do your Apple store for fucking iPod Minis, you bitch. Like, don't play. I've had this conversation with people before where they'll have like a solo show up in the future, and they somehow think that this solo show is going to be their big break, and maybe it will be. I don't fucking know, but at the end of the day, you just got to make the best fucking artwork and not rely on some Apple store to give you your big break.
Yeah.
I mean, that story could have ended where Rick Rubin's like, dude, I just heard your spoken word and I want to sign you, which everyone's kind of heard that story where they're like, I saw this person perform there and I was like, wow. And I signed them. I mean, we've all seen A Star Is Born. We know how that plays out. It works out great.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what that guy thought was going to, I don't know. It's like the idea that you were going to have a big break. First of all, don't play that fucking scenario in your head or else you can drive yourself crazy.
Exactly.
You have no control over that. Just try to produce the best work and then know your value. So don't work for mini iPods or whatever the fuck this guy got. I mean, maybe a couple iPhones, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, sell them shits.
But
yeah, it's so weird to me that people have been like the take on what I've seen. I don't know, maybe people just read the headlines, but it's like they're complaining that Apple didn't pay them or like give them what they think is a fair compensation, but it's not like they didn't have a choice to be a part of it.
Right. Yeah, you just say, nah.
Yeah.
I think I'll pass on that.
Right.
Yeah, this seems almost like I mean, Apple is guilty of being that like gallery that's like, we're gonna give you exposure.
Yeah.
And you have to be like, I don't give a fuck about your exposure. That's not how things work.
Exactly.
Pay me money or no. You know?
Exactly.
Like, don't work for exposure, kids. Ever. Unless it's like some for real exposure.
I just look at it like, well, it's in a business sense, like a purely like looking at who got the better end of the deal. It was definitely Apple in this situation.
For sure.
So, I mean, unless artists decide that they're going to not, that end of their deal is not good enough for them, it's just going to keep happening.
What do you think their payment was?
Wait, for the actual thing? Oh, it says in there. It's not even that great.
Can I guess? Was it a Beats by Dre?
Close. I think somewhere in the article it says that they had one of the people,
earbuds?
The AirPod things. Yeah, that was one of the things that you could have chosen. An Apple TV or something else too, like a MacBook Air or something like that.
Oh, why would you ever pick the earbuds?
I don't. Maybe I got it wrong, but it seemed like something that definitely
seems like a huge price. Just go for the most expensive thing that you can sell.
I know it was something kind of ridiculous like that. People in her collective took home Apple TVs while she received one iPad to share with another person. Are you serious?
How would you share an iPad? Like, oh, it must have been like a duet or something. Like a
Probably. Maybe.
that's hilarious. Whatever. Fuck them. Read your contracts, people. Whatever. All right.
Yeah.
What else you got? You got some other shit, right?
Yeah. This one is bring on the Banksy clones. Would you pay 200,000 euros to burn a statue of the King of Spain? So this came out earlier.
How much?
200,000 euros. So basically,
how's the euro doing? What are we talking here?
Basically, the artist is looking for somebody who wants to buy, or is looking for a collector to buy something that to purposely destroy. And
it's so bad.
And it's just, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than like this is just Banksy setting some trend that I hope does not last.
Super authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one good thing is that it's going to give you that a primitive reaction of warmth. You're going to feel warmth.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, fucking goddamn. See, this is, I don't know. Maybe, what's infuriating more than this is like the little bit of pushback. I feel like the art world in general is like, you ever see like actors where someone will talk to them specifically about someone that they know they hate and they pretend that they love them?
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of artists are kind of in that same clump of like there's so little shit talk that ever happens
in public, at least. Yeah.
That it's that's the thing that annoys me the most is like fucking stupid. Like, how come none of his art friends were like, that's kind of like Banksy but shittier, man?
Yeah.
I mean, at least Banksy didn't put it out there. It was a surprise party where yours is like, oh, you get to destroy it. It's like, I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody takes him up on that offer.
Hopefully not.
I hope so too. That's just gonna validate his shitty idea.
Yeah. I got nothing more than, and I hope the euro's not doing as good as the dollar because you know what country it's all about. That's when you're supposed to.
USA.
There we go.
USA.
Shout out to all you European listeners. No disrespect. Also, for all you European listeners in Spain, go find this. Is it Santiago Sierra?
I think so. Yeah.
And give them an earful. How stupid this fucking thing is. All right.
And the last one. This is actually an old article, but I just want to see what you think of it. Guy paints over shit graffiti and makes it legible.
What do you mean?
So that's the original graffiti. So then he goes in and had like Helvetica font or like paints over and puts Helvetica font over it.
I don't know. I don't know how the people that are doing it are going to feel. I mean, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But on a side note, some graffiti artist might beat the shit out of him when they find him doing this.
Right.
So, I mean, or they might not. They might be like, thanks for throwing me up. I don't fucking know. I got no real, yeah, I don't really care that much. He's putting in a ton of effort to do that. So
for sure.
I mean, so whatever, to each their own. Graffiti is a weird place where, someone, what you might find is a clever thing, someone might take as disrespect. And there are people that do crime like for fun, right? Like it's an illegal activity for fun. So
yeah.
So they're open to doing more illegal activities for fun. So I would just say be safe. Like, don't get your ass beat. Would be my biggest suggestion.
I see.
Because that just ends up being a World Star hip hop video.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's probably not gonna look good if you're on World Star trying to do your clever joke and get knocked out. Then that ends all the jokes. You just go, oh man. Oh, wow.
You're on, yeah. Some fool gets his ass beat. That's the headline first.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get World Star tag on your forehead.
Yeah.
But whatever, he can do whatever he wants. That's a world where there's odd rules, but at the end of the day, there's no real rules. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want, man. Again, I mean, people might get offended. I'm not in that world anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm not affected by it, but yeah, I mean, if I was still in that, I would probably get offended. I mean, depending on the person, there's a lot of those, like a lot of the tags you showed earlier were garbage as fuck. So
yeah.
So whatever. I mean, I'm not even the best. I don't even got the best hand styles, but I can tell you right now, those
better than those.
Some of those are garbage as fuck.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, it looks like he's in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Some old European hand styles.
I see.
Some are okay, some are basura.
Netherlands and Belgium. There you go. Whatever. Yeah.
Hell yeah, we had 3
Dutch
current
equivalent.
events.
Yeah. Look at us. Had a do-over gives you time to come up with things.
I know. Yeah, we also talked about other current events like Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
And R. Kelly.
Yeah. Did you watch the Gayle King interview?
I think everyone did.
Okay, just making sure.
Goddamn. The stupidest person.
Yeah.
It's always funny when you watch someone and they do an interview and it's like the question is like, do you do you have relationships with teenagers? And their reaction is like what do you define as teenager? And you're like, you fucked up. That was the wrong answer. There's only 2 more. Like the majority of teenagers is, 17 and under.
Yeah.
And then you have like 18 and 19, which I think in Europe it's 16 is legal age or some shit.
Something like that.
I might be dead wrong. Yeah. So no.
Go Google that shit.
But yeah, here in the
what? Oh,
USA.
There we go.
I thought you said hearing the.
Yeah, we the legal age is 18. So
some states are 17.
Yeah, I mean, even then, it's like, how old is that fuck? Like, probably go find.
Who, R. Kelly?
Yeah,
he's like in his 50s.
Like 21 and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. But
yeah, that reminded me of when he said that. That reminded me of when Jerry Sandusky was interviewed, and they basically asked the same thing, like, "Do you like young boys?" And he gave some weird convoluted answer.
Right?
Like, should have been no.
Yeah, and he's like, "I like all boys."
Yeah,
like I like all kids or something like that. Yeah. I know. That's when you know it's fucking like, oh, just say no, fuckface. God damn. Yeah.
People like that, they just too into their own bullshit.
The interesting thing is seeing those, like, the fans like bail him out twice.
Right.
Kelly, you're like, God damn. First of all, he's too broke to bail himself out.
Yeah.
Second of all, his fans are rich enough to, like, I think one of them was one lady bailed him out the second time.
Really?
Yeah, like 100-some thousand. Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
God. She was probably older and he was like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. But
does she collect art?
Serious. But yeah, I don't know. Weird times we live in. Weird fucking times. But yeah, I don't know. What else do we have? We have the fucking plane crash. So
the plane crash? Oh, the Ethiopian Air?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know much about it.
Yeah. I think it's like, just don't don't fucking fly in that like Boeing, whatever.
Oh,
It's
is
like
it
a
a one
Max.
that usually?
It's like the newest model, and they're like, no, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, well, the two crashed in a row.
Wait, what
Well,
was
not
the
in a
other one?
row. It was I don't know, the one in like Malaysia or some shit.
Oh, was that the same?
Yeah. Yeah, they were both the same, and they both had the same characteristics. They both were in the air for like 7 minutes and then crashed. And
Oh
the
shit!
pilot was like, "I can't control this plane. Can I turn
Wow.
back around?" And then crashed before he
Trying to.
could.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So
Damn. Back to the drawing board.
yeah, yeah. So maybe not. Well, I mean, right now you can catch flights because they're all like, all of them are fucking. No one's flying those planes right now.
Oh.
So boom. Or maybe you catch a cheap flight on one of those bitches. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like, oh, I got a whole airplane to myself.
Right. Guy who didn't get the news.
Yeah. He's like, fuck yeah. Last post. I did have something I want to talk about.
Mhm.
Were you affected by the Instagrams going down?
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't really have anything that I was expecting to post that day. It was more of a Facebook thing for me. People were trying to communicate with me on there.
Yeah, I wasn't on Facebook because only my grandparents use that now. But very cool. Yeah, Instagram was down for like hours. I think it was like 5 hours or some shit. At least, but when I went to sleep, it was still down.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me. It's one of those things where like not being able to use it, kind of like in my head, I'm like, fuck, I should not rely on this thing so much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like this thing can be gone very quickly, and then I'm like, how much of my like future goals as an artist is relying on this thing being around, at least for the near future. Like,
right.
I mean, if there's a migration to a different platform, then whatever, I'm fine with that. But
yeah.
But an instant like you're down, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling.
I know, yeah, especially if you rely like your business is selling stuff like your ads or whatever on Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
And all of a sudden you don't make that money you're supposed to.
For sure. But at least we have our podcast, right?
Yep. Hosted on our own website.
Yeah. So fuck you, Instagram. We're still standing.
Yeah. Stickers coming soon.
Oh yeah. Stickers coming soon.
Yeah.
We still have to figure out t-shirts and shit.
Yeah.
On a side note, rate and review.
Yeah. And in case you didn't get the secret episode, what's called secret episode.
Yeah.
I set up a voicemail for our podcast in case you want to submit us questions through there.
Right.
Or if you just want to make like fart noises on it.
Yeah.
Which is somebody took us up on
you
that.
Are. Leon. But yeah, we did we even talk about that much? The secret episode?
I just kind of at the very end kind of mentioned it at the end.
Oh yeah. But we had an episode that we weren't going to release. That this is like our redo.
Yeah.
And we accidentally released it. Kind of where the Stephen Russell Black episode was. So if you clicked on that, you wouldn't hear Stephen Russell Black talk. That was just a solo episode. And
that was not a trick, although it would have been a pretty good troll.
Yeah, we should.
Which
be
would
have
really
future.
Fucked our guest, but still.
Yeah. Well, we should just put this one out and say Tom Cruise is gonna. Us and Tom Cruise. So I think 200, maybe like because we caught it pretty early, but I think 200 people downloaded it before we caught it.
Right.
So they might have heard that episode. I don't know if they even realized. I think hopefully they realized it. So 200 people got bonus episodes. So first of all, download that shit early and you might get something extra.
Yeah, exactly. You might get an episode that we completely got rid of.
But yeah, that was a funny little thing to deal with this week. But I'm going to do a quick push to rate and review. We don't ask pretty much anything of anyone. on this thing. The only thing is, if you could rate and review us, that would be much appreciated by us. I know we've got a big chunk of listeners recently, so
yeah,
you guys are new listening. So if you guys are new to this thing and we haven't done our random push, we would much appreciate it if you did it. And if you gave us, what's the most stars? 4 stars or 5? 5 stars. Yeah, if you give us 5 stars, that'd be great. If you give us 4 or below, you're dead to us and stop listening, and we hate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and any feedback is greatly appreciated, unless it's negative, and then you can go live with the 4-star people in the mountains, you sick fucks.
You asshole.
Exactly. Just kidding. I mean, the feedback is great. The stars, don't give us less than 5 or else I'll come and find you. And I don't know what I'll do to you, but let me just say this. It won't feel good. It won't feel good at all. Moida.
Moida.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Brave Castle's got oh wait, by the time this comes out, I was gonna say meet us at Shady Oaks, all you local listeners, but
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure I'll be there. I'm taking a month off from drinking, so going to a bar might not be the best move, but maybe I will.
Some food at the food trucks.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can eat that.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe I'll just come and hang with all the pals. But yeah, all you Santa Rosians, go, if you're in Santa Rosa, especially, go give Brave Castle a listen. They keep you up to date on all the random art shit going around in this town.
Yeah, for sure.
Our little hangout group friend scene coming up, which I feel like didn't exist 5 years ago. So if you don't have a scene in your city, put in a little work, you might fucking find some nuggets of people that end up being cool people.
Start your own podcast and have them come to you.
Exactly. Or start your own podcast and realize how few artists there are around you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck? All right. This has been Wayne Joy. If you're still listening, fuck off.